Welcome, friends, to this video. Friends? God, I don't really know, man. I'm just going to continue. Here we go. Transforming identity for thriving as a new entrepreneur. So if you are a new entrepreneur, just like myself, we have to overcome a lot of obstacles, a lot of limiting beliefs, and that's completely normal. I'm going to talk to you about some of these challenges and how we can overcome them in this video. So, we're going to cover understanding identity and belief issues, dealing with doubt and uncertainty as an entrepreneur, overcoming imposter syndrome as an entrepreneur, and this is my community, Health and Hustle on School. This is my online business. I'm developing this. I'm stepping away from my previous identity, or you could say coexisting identity of being a doctor, into being an entrepreneur. So this is all new for me, and my community is based for entrepreneurs, mindset, focus, productivity, and health. And it's to assist entrepreneurs on their own entrepreneurial journey. So yeah, that is proof that I'm a real entrepreneur as well. Here we go. Share the video if you think it might help someone else. And you can watch this video on double speed. Little pro tip. Okay, understanding identity and belief issues. Defining entrepreneurial identity. So shifting from a traditional role, so whether you're a previous employee or student, to a new business owner, putting yourself out there online, for example. This really affects your self-perception, the way you view yourself, and your approach to work. So you're probably used to, being good at doing tasks, being a good team player, hitting deadlines, but you never were really used to being creative, being self-motivated, putting things out there. You're your own boss. So it's a complete shift. So defining entrepreneurial identity, is going to be what is the identity of an entrepreneur? What is helpful for an entrepreneur? This might be things like, being creative, being a leader, being self-motivating, putting yourself out there. The impact of a belief system, so underlying convictions about capabilities and potential, and your potential shape your actions and decisions. And this is crucial for entrepreneurial success. So you often will, or if you let yourself, your behaviors will be aligned with your beliefs. And this is very hard at the start when your beliefs aren't going to be particularly confident about being an entrepreneur or putting yourself out there. So I think really being aware of these beliefs and deciding your behaviors and actions almost despite your beliefs at the start. And hopefully when you do have the belief that you are an entrepreneur, that you are that sort of person, you can then, these behaviors will become natural. Just understanding that beliefs will shape your behavior, if you let them. So, common challenges of a new entrepreneur, are facing fear of failure, pressure to succeed, comparison with established entrepreneurs or people further ahead of you, and this can lead to self-doubt and anxiety. So we will discuss these challenges. I think they're all very common and very normal. Fear of failure, I think the main one is if you're stepping from a position of security, being an employee, to trying to do it on your own. You want to succeed, you want to have income, and you don't want to fail, because then you'll have to go back to your previous life potentially. And there's this pressure that you're someone different, that you've put all this energy, you've invested in yourself, you put yourself out there. There's a pressure to succeed. People might be asking you, your family might be asking you, what are you doing? How's it going? It becomes part of your identity, your business. So you become very protective of it, and whether it succeeds or not. So there's that pressure. And comparison with other entrepreneurs, perhaps unfairly so. People might be having full time just to commit to their business. They're going all in. They've had previous entrepreneurial projects in the past. So I think it's pretty unfair to compare yourself, but you can't help doing that. If you see people online, if you see people in school that are doing really well, it's natural to compare yourself and think I'm just not nowhere near as good as them. And I think it's human nature to compare yourself to people better than you, than all the people that you're already way ahead of. Okay, so self-awareness practices is very important. So utilizing journaling, self-reflection, identifying your core values is very important, and align your actions with personal and professional goals. So your business needs to be an extension of your own core values, and that's how you make it authentic. There's no point, your business being fake or something that's not really true to you. So I think authenticity is very important, and the way to develop authenticity is just really being aware of your own core values, what's important to you, and reflecting on that and trying to communicate that in your business. I'm working on the process and not the results. So not chasing the likes, the comments, the views, instead focusing on authenticity, focusing on value, focusing on consistency and the process. And being aware of that will really help you focus on that. Embracing a growth mindset, so viewing challenges as learning opportunities, engaging in continuous learning and building a supportive environment to reinforce a positive entrepreneurial identity. So every time you have challenges, that is a chance to grow. It's a chance to grow internally and externally as well. So with every challenge, with every setback is an opportunity for some people to quit. And the main thing is just not quitting. Staying the course. You might not need to change anything. You might not need to adjust things. You might just need to give yourself more time. Challenges are part of the process and are the reason why many businesses fail, why many people give up. So recognizing it's challenging and realizing you just need to keep going is the main priority. And yes, over time you will just improve your skill at overcoming challenges. There will always be challenges there, but just that process of having a growth mindset is very important for you to last the course. Okay, so dealing with doubt and uncertainty as an entrepreneur. Recognizing that doubt and uncertainty are natural parts of the journey and acknowledging their potential to both hinder and motivate growth. So, as I said, completely normal to feel doubtful and uncertain about your future, about whether you're going to be able to make this a success, when you're going to be able to have an income from it, whether it's going to be 6 months or 2 years, is completely part of the process. And yes, it's exciting that it's uncertain, but also can lead to anxiety and distress, especially if you're really reliant on this income or for it to be successful. So that's completely part of it. But I think if you can be aware of this and use it to motivate you and not hinder you, so you don't need to react to doubt and uncertainty in a bad way. You don't need to slow down. You don't need to stop. You just need to keep going and realizing with time, over time, months and months, this doubt will start to fade away, hopefully. Preparation and planning. So setting clear goals and creating a flexible business plan will provide direction and reduce feelings of uncertainty, especially when you focus on the process and not the results. So what are your goals in terms of process? Is it producing 3 YouTube videos a week, posting 4 times a week, instead of I want to get this many views, I want to get this many subscribers, I want to get this many reactions. I really am a big believer in the first 6 months, at least, is really all about you. It's about overcoming this transition, this identity change. So it's overcoming these doubts, these uncertainties, but taking these small actions, these small consistent actions anyway, and I really don't expect to see any results. Results are kind of a bonus. They tell you whether you're doing well, or you need to learn, or you need to adjust. But the first 6 months is really just an internal process. It's about establishing your systems, your processes, and your mindset, and then that will just lead on to the next 6 months and beyond, which you'll then start to see results. So yeah, preparation and planning, focusing on the process is important. Resilience building, so developing mental toughness as you go, and this can be achieved outside of your business, so through mindfulness, exercise, healthy work-life balance, managing stress, which will build confidence. So this is completely separate to your business, and I think that's an important point. It's not about, the culture is going all in, crushing your business, but I really believe that in the long term, you have to focus on things like managing your stress levels, not burning out, not going all in, but like nourishing other parts of your life which are important to you and give you that energy, give you that productivity, give you that focus, and kind of realize that your life isn't based on the success of your business or not. So if you do practice exercise, keep that up, keep up your social life, sleep well, manage stress, etc. And that's very important. And that will just, by nourishing all those things, will nourish your business. It will lead to you not burning out. It will lead to a more long-term perspective, and that's important. So you can develop resilience outside of your business. Seeking support, so connecting with mentors, joining entrepreneurial communities like school, finding accountability partners there, finding a supportive network to share experience, gain insights and receive encouragement. You'll get advice from people above you or people who've done these specific challenges, and also you'll help other people. You'll help people who are 2 steps behind you, and that will give you encouragement. But just to see that, it's not just you, it's not just this, you're just not alone in this journey. There's loads of other people in the same journey. It doesn't have to be lonely. You can help each other. You can get advice from each other, and that's very important. Embracing adaptability, so staying open to change and viewing setbacks as opportunity to learn and grow, and using a growth mindset that thrives on overcoming challenges. So yeah, being open to change, you're not set in your ways. I think with developing a business, you can't know with certainty what your niche is going to be straight away, who you're going to help, what service is going to be the most valuable, and it's just about changing things as you go, so releasing them, getting real-time feedback, and you can get that on Skill. You can get that while you build a community from your members. You can get this from polls, from asking your target audience things, and you can change as you go, and that's completely fine. I think having an open mindset, open to change, growth mindset, not set, is very important, and just staying adaptable. Okay, so the last point will be overcoming imposter syndrome as an entrepreneur. So we talked briefly about imposter syndrome, which is basically you don't feel this is your identity. An entrepreneur, you don't believe this about yourself. So recognizing this is a common feeling of self-doubt, fear of being exposed as a fraud, and attributing success to luck rather than skill. So very, very common and natural process is having imposter syndrome, especially at the start. I feel it all the time, and I don't try and not feel it. I think it's just natural. I think your belief systems are based on your evidence of what you've done previously, and if this is completely new to you, then it's no wonder why you feel like an imposter. Especially when you put yourselves in positions that are kind of like expert advice settings, like for example me doing this video, Q&A sessions, posts, etc. A position of you're trying to provide value to someone else, and if you let yourself, you can think that confuse yourself of trying to portray yourself as an expert, which you really don't have to do. Instead, it's just about, can you give value to someone who is 2 steps behind you? And even if you can't, you can even sort of look at yourself like, from a learning point of view, this video can help people, but it's more importantly helping me. I'm learning about all this, and I'm coming from this from a learner mindset, and I'll gain the skills and become more of an expert over time, and just like being open to that process, and realizing you don't have to be an expert right now at the start, and put the emphasis more on the learner, and that's okay. That's totally fine. I think helps me. Okay, and acknowledging and identifying, being aware of imposter syndrome and acknowledging its presence in your thoughts and feelings. Not reacting to it, so it shouldn't be a reason for you to not do something, or to not put yourself out there, or to not do coaches or calls. It will be there, and just acknowledging its presence and acknowledging that it's natural is important. So reframing negative thoughts, when you do have negative thoughts that are associated with imposter syndrome, like I'm not good enough, I need to stop this, I can't give value, I can't do this, whatever. It's about shifting perspective from fear to focus on accomplishments, and acknowledging your small wins and viewing yourself as a capable and deserving entrepreneur. And having a long-term perspective. So it's not about having the quick wins right now. It's about recognizing the internal wins, the process wins that only you can see. I'm doing these actions, I'm taking these actions. Results will come in the long term. I don't need them to come in the short term. I am a capable learner. I'm taking action. And over time, slowly, I'm building up the confidence that I am an entrepreneur. I am helping people, and just recognizing those small wins. So that just shifts perspective from negative to positive. Celebrating achievements. So regularly celebrating small wins. Reinforce self-worth and recognize personal and professional growth. Continuous learning and growth. Embracing lifelong learning to build confidence and competence and the belief in your abilities and expertise. So just, really having that learner's mindset, and realizing that any feedback is valuable, and you can make small changes over time. You don't have to make them all very fast, and you're going to be completely imperfect at the start. But it's about making those small changes every day, every week, and over time. This is how you develop your skill and grow your confidence. So in summary, we talked about transforming your identity. This is all about embracing that shift from your previous role to that of an entrepreneur by understanding and aligning your identity and beliefs with your entrepreneurial goals. Managing doubt and uncertainty, utilizing preparation, resilience building practices, and a supportive network to navigate the natural challenges of doubt and uncertainty in entrepreneurship. And overcoming imposter syndrome, recognizing and addressing imposter syndrome, realizing it's normal through acknowledgement, reframing negative thoughts, celebrating achievements, and continuous learning to build confidence and self-worth. I'm going to do a part 2 video on this because I think it's a very important topic. It's about that new shift from not an entrepreneur to an entrepreneur. So I think there's more to cover. So check out part 2 when it's released. And I'm going to leave you with a quote. We know what we are, but not what we may be. William Shakespeare. Let's step into our new identities. It's about the long-term perspective. We may not feel competent or confident right now, but we're taking action. We're taking small steps. And reward yourself for that. Let's get to work.